Ladies and gentlemen, I am your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7. And thanks to YouTube demonetizing me 6 weeks ago, I make my entire living based off your contributions and donations. If you appreciate my work and dedication at spending 5 years of telling y'all that we were going to be facing this type of weather in the future and we needed to unite and prepare for it together as one Earth family, then you can make a contribution or donation. As far as I know, I'm one of the few people out of billions that are still pushing for mankind to unite. And yes, we are looking at one of the wildest weather days we have seen in a long time. And a few days ago, I have literally been putting out warnings and then taking my weird weather watches up a notch all February. I put out a video on the 9th saying we were about to enter a super stormy period. And 2 weeks later, whoa, I'm correct again. And that is how somehow I keep on doing what I do. Okay, although I remind people about the same shit over and over again. Why? Because it's really important. Oh yeah, and there's going to be cussing. The energy is weird. But you got a volcano here, Popocatépetl, has been going off for a month straight. And if you notice, all the moisture is pretty much rotating around the high pressure zone over here and then here. Okay, well, let me get to important information as people are tuning in, because it is just going to be a day filled with important information. And hopefully, I can stay cool the whole time. Though, I gotta say, like Cranky Weather Guy, whose blog I always recommend, I consider him a friend, best weatherman out there, in my opinion. He's been telling people about this storm for 2 weeks, and people have been trolling him for 2 weeks, and now I imagine he's kind of staying out of the fray because it can be frustrating when we put out records of telling people what the deal is, and then on days like today, all we get is people yelling in our faces telling us, let me give you my bumper sticker answer. After we've spent weeks telling people about shit. Okay. Yikes. I haven't seen a map this colorful in quite some time. Lots of active weather this weekend, from blizzard to severe weather, fog, wind, rain, and flooding. And that's one reason that I keep harping on the fog thing, is that, dude, part of the reason that I'm so awesome is that I tell you the truth. I'm super smart. And that when the sun acts weird, earth weather acts weird, the volcanoes act weird, the auroras act weird, people act weird. And so on days where the sun looks like a giant fuzzy tennis ball, which is not every day, the weather is almost always weird. And so the sun is at our giant fuzzy tennis ball level. And so, of course, our weather's going to be weird. And not only that, this right here is what we call a coronal hole. And that the earth is just below the middle of the sun. And so when this comes around, we're going to be back up onto elevated earthquake watch. Okay. I'm trying to release all my anger. But this is a big deal. If I wanted to overhype it, I would call it death from above. Because we're going to see a heavy tornado zone. And that right now the latest estimated windfall or pressure point will be 964 millibars on Sunday when it gets up here into Canada. So that is almost like a category. Let me check. Another thing that I highly recommend, the tool I always use, is www.spaghettimodels.com. Mike's weather page also has a good Facebook. Cranky's got a great one too, but I'm a creature of habit. Either way, they both have setup of lots of tools you can use for whatever measurement you want to use at the moment. Dang, now I forgot what I was looking for. Anyway, the Gulf has been foggy because the volcano in Mexico, Popocatépetl, has been going off like a month straight. And so the Gulf has been dealing with a whole lot of fog. So and today, Florida has 90-degree temperatures. So do you think that the volcano that's been going off nonstop is making this area hotter? Yes, it is, dude. Okay. And the more coronal holes we have and fast solar wind streams we see, the more auroras we see, and the more earthquakes we see, and the more active volcanoes we see. It's just how it is. And science may be like, it's just the carbon. Whatever, dude. You sure as hell don't help. On days like today, carbon got nothing to do with whether or not we save lives today. Okay, I'm trying not to be an ass. But shit, I haven't had a hug in like a year and a half. It's like the better I get, the harder shit gets. What type of America is this, man? Okay. How are you doing today? Is anybody even here? Hello. Thanks for your effort. I'm trying to get back to having a sense of humor. It's real hard. It's real hard. Because instead of, I want to have the sex. Instead of having a love life, all I have is like ex-lovers who give me updates on their love life. Which I don't really want anymore. Ever. Okay. With the all clear for East Texas, I'll be watching the mess that will likely transpire to our east, especially across North Mississippi, Northwest Alabama, and Southwest Tennessee. And so, yeah, we got a giant bullseye that crosses multiple states. We have a lot of rivers that are flooding. And here we go. This 100 millibar low over Oklahoma right now. I mean, this is definitely, literally, absolutely the most fascinating story going on right now. Like, all politics can wait, all political gossip can wait, and even any boners over the Oscars can wait. Like, what this thing is going to do and how much it's going to bomb out pressure-wise is fascinating. And the last one we saw is like 964. So it's literally going to be undergoing cyclogenesis to where it drops over 25 millibars in 24 hours. How low is it going to go? It's like the severe weather limbo. We don't know yet. It keeps dropping in models. And that the lower it goes, the heavier wind it's going to be. And so, for the areas that are cold in this sort of fire and ice, they're going to get possible blizzard whiteout conditions. And then you're going to get mixed precipitation in the middle. And then you're going to get rain underneath. And we've got major river flooding problems in many different places in the southeast. This is Rocky River, Hillsford Road. This is Low Water Bridge in Oakboro, North Carolina. As you can see, the river's completely escaped its embankment. So, and you know, we really just started this crazy spring pattern now, 2 days ago, and this thing is going to escalate until the middle of April, and it's going to go down and then peak back up again for hurricane season. So, it's why I've been recommending we get prepared for these wacky earth weather changes. I'm still too ragey to go live, but I'm live anyways because we got a lot of stuff happening right now. Northwest Memphis, 12:45 p.m. radar update. Storms moving northeast with heavy rainfall, with Memphis getting gusts of 34 miles per hour. I think there were 58 mile per hour gusts in Lubbock, Texas a little while ago. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Twitter's filled with fucking asshats that are going to troll Cranky Weather Guy during the 2 weeks leading up to this event as he's trying to inform people about it, and you wonder why he's so cranky. And I'm upset because he's not on Twitter today. But I can't blame him because, like I said, I don't know, I get people yelling at me all the time. Every single video, no matter what video I put about, someone's yelling at me about something. And as a Christian, I don't appreciate trying to sell people Jesus Christ in the middle of a storm when we're trying to sell lives. There are good days for that, and this is not one of them. Okay? I mean, and did you get your religion off the internet? I don't know. I'm Lutheran, so I was raised from works, not grace. Although grace without works is dead, and works without grace is dead. Holy moly. Read the second tweet of the thread. Yeah. Unprecedented wording in the first flood. Warning for the Tennessee River at Decatur in quite some time. Put those impacts in future tense for what's expected. Significant portions of flooding for the city of Decatur. So we got cities that are going under. And it's an overall situation. Wait, I typed in the wrong crap. There we go. I think my sense of humor come back way faster if I got a hug. And I'm gonna check the chat frequently. Though if anyone says anything that rattles me emotionally, I'm gonna switch to my gift folder that's just filled with attractive women. Sound good? Okay, great. Put that warning out there. Okay. See, right now we have 199 rivers flooding. And this event, this big nasty storm, is definitely, what is it, Saturday at 1:19 p.m. Um, yeah, this thing, it's magnificent. It won't clear out until Monday. So, and we're just gonna watch this beast grow. You have the two systems combined. The one system that dropped 3 feet of snow in Arizona is hooking up with this system that has flooded out the 199 rivers. So it's like you had evil Godzilla here, and then Mothra here, and they decided, hey, why don't we be a superstorm together, terrorize shit, see how prepared these people are for the future. And they're like, okay, great. And then I know a lot of people are like, but did you hear that the owner of the Patriots got arrested for a prostitution ring? And I was like, no, because I was too busy thinking about that one time when the number one referee from the NBA admitted that he fixed games for 20 years. So I'll become interested in that story when I start talking about the mafia's engagement in professional sports over a long history of time. Because if they're just going to bleed out stuff that is going to make the media much more money and distract the people more, I'm probably not going to pay attention to it. Boom. But yeah, so wait, I'm going to let this thing run. And then I'm going to check comments. I'm trying not to be jerky. Oh, there are hearts in there. That is, hello, rad chick. Waiting. Whoa. Cyber hug. I hope nobody sinks. I don't know, but that's the whole thing. Like, we don't get our shit together now before the major cataclysm. Then what? I gotta then deal with it after. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It can all be. You can adapt to anything, but it feels like people spent their college and their religion time convincing themselves that we can't have a good future together, which is crazy. I mean, if like birds migrate and stuff, and we can build way better buildings than birds can. I mean, birds are still good at building nests for themselves. I'm not knocking birds' ability to provide a home for its baby birds and itself. I'm just saying, like, we can build super mega awesome stuff. I think you could, if you put all the good technologies together, you could literally build buildings that sat at the coast and could probably withstand 300 to 400 mile per hour winds. You know? Okay. And then another thing is, so as this storm moves out, we are getting nasty atmospheric river wave after wave after wave pattern into California. And they are super saturated too. A lot of this moisture is going to, because you got it coming from three different levels. You got it coming from Northwest Pacific, you got it coming in from California, Baja, and then you have your Gulf moisture streams. And so it's like being a boxer, and we're now fighting three different boxers in the same ring. And this is the undercard to hurricane season, because the same high pressure system that is pushing all that moisture this week up into Southeast America is going to be the thing that steers hurricanes when hurricanes start showing up in our ocean. And so it's going to peak in April, and then it'll start to go back down again, and then re-peak again in October. So, like, we're done with our quiet period. It wasn't even that quiet, was it? Birds are kind of noisy, and animals for your area. Animals are always a good indicator on if things are weird. So if the animals are acting weird, then usually they get signals before we do. And you know how they tell you to stay grounded? Most animals are grounded. Dogs are super grounded. Cats don't like being grounded. That's why they always try to like to get as high as they can. They're like, I want to be close to the moon. You can't blame them. Cats are cool. I like cats and dogs. Okay, so where are we at? Wait, I want to find this thing. Will you work for me, please? Thank you. What have you done? You're making me look bad in front of my people. Okay, so shit, I need to get back to the Twitter thing because that's what I was trying to talk about. This squall line. Okay, so this is the line that's rotating. Like our storm hasn't even. It's not in its final form. This is the chunk that moved through Arizona. It's gonna hook up, and then they're gonna move northeast. What was I looking for? Yeah, but that's an impressive map. Oh, and then the lightning is lit. We got 18,000 strikes in the last 2 hours over that squall line. I was going back to Twitter. But yeah, we got 199 rivers flooding. And like, how many purples is that? We're at 11 purples. I can't even remember the last time I saw 11 in major flood stage. I mean, that's a lot. And so now yep. Okay. And put you at the edge. That's the way I always know where you are. Okay, so then we got forecast models continue to trend wetter today from Monday to Thursday. So when that giant storm that is fubbing up America's shiz is done, we get our next one. That will then be on the East Coast by next weekend. We could see significant snowfall on the mountains with another storm headed our way for the next weekend. And so, yeah, I mean, Seattle got record snow. The Sierras are getting a pretty dang good snowpack. And there are parts like Michigan. I don't know, records are breaking everywhere. Things are crazy. Unprecedented wording. It's like I said, the city of Decatur in Tennessee, when we flooded. Peter Tork from the Monkees died. Hey, you're a monkey. Ain't nobody monkeying around. We're too busy playing to let anybody get us down. Hey, the Monkees. And yes, I love Audrey Hepburn. And Charade with, that's not Cary Grant, but with Cary Grant, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. You have Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn together. That would probably freak people out because Audrey was like 27 and Cary Grant was like 57. So people today would be like, hell, oh my God, that is whatever. You know, like super mature, experienced, kind, cool, funny, charming men should only date women within like a 4-year range. Like we're in high school or some shit. Volcanoes are one of Mother Nature's deadliest phenomena. Did you know that? Volcanoes, man. They don't affect your weather or climate, though. Asterisk. 88 mile per hour wind gusts, I think, are projected for the northeast area on Monday. Me makes a logical, foolproof, reasonable argument with my mother. My mom, you came out of me. I didn't come out of you. And then Michael Jordan's heart hurts. Although, put on a shirt, dude. Don't show me up in front of my ladies. I'm trying to get a hug here. Okay. And so, like, this is our volcano area. Volcano's here. And then here's, like, near your high pressure areas. And this is the Fuego volcano. And notice it's hot. And then here's your other volcano area. Oh, yeah. And the volcanoes over here have been just flipping out like crazy. Wild, crazy days. Okay, but here's what I want to get to. A tornado watch has been issued for parts of Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Louisiana through 8 p.m. Central Time today. Several strong tornadoes and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour large hail are possible. The dew points are pretty good, and that's a 90-degree reading in southern Florida. So it's like summer there already. So that's cool. And yeah, Taylor and Sage counties always get pounded hard. A flood advisory had been issued for Adair, Greene, Taylor, and Hart counties until 4:15 p.m. Heavy rain is moving north out of Tennessee. A quarter to an inch of rain has already fallen since midnight. An additional heavy rainfall will cause flooding of small creeks, roads, and low-lying areas, which is an astrological sign. Which is cool. That reminds me, let's check the location of the planets today. Because I don't know if you know this. The sun affects Earth and you and I. The moon affects Earth and you and I. And like the other planets in the solar system, they affect stuff too. Everything is connected. The universe is a crazy place. So yeah. And so when you get all the gas giants on the same side, you get a lot more strange solar action, and you get more earthquake and volcano activity. And so we're like a spaceship now. We're out in front, although technically the moon's out in front. That's cool. I love the moon too. So we're out in front as we're all spinning around the sun. So yeah, things are extra wild and wacky. And so we got nasty flood situation going on through the middle of the United States of America. And here is our World War V tornado. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee. And so that's going to be a pretty nasty happening. Squall line, while a severe weather outbreak, including the threat of tornadoes, is taking shape across the southern U.S., flooding has prompted rescues across Tennessee Valley. True story. And turn around, don't drown. Several strong tornadoes likely. And the one thing about the weather is we haven't actually seen a lot of strong tornadoes in the last year. So that's good and interesting. But that may change. Meredith Garofalo, hail in Missouri. All hail. Many reports coming in from a severe thunderstorm earlier in Willard, Missouri. It always throws me off that it's M.O. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dumb. We're all dumb about something, right? Dime to penny-sized hail. The threat continues for storms, which could produce large hail into this afternoon and evening. Stay weather aware. Hashtag Mawix. All right. I definitely advise staying weather aware. And please remember, the people selling you a carbon tax fully believe the sun's effects on Earth, the weather, and the solar system is always constant in its equal measure of how it affects everything. Do you know how crazy that is? That is totally nuts, man. That's totally crazy. I mean, volcanoes in the sun. Dude, volcanoes in the sun. All right. So, I'm going to put up in the sun for a second. And I'm going to pop up and see everybody's behaving in chat. I don't even know. Okay. Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee. Will we be safe in Houston? Absolutely. For like the next, yes, we are totally in the sweet spot. We might get foggy, and we might get heat. But right now, we're in the sweet spot. The biggest thing we would have to worry about is if we get another 8 earthquake in the Gulf. A year ago, we had a 7.8 in the Gulf of Mexico, which scared the shit out of me. There are days where, I don't know if you know this, there are times where I can get really, really paranoid. And there are times where I get freaked out. And that was the day when we had the 7.8 earthquake in the Gulf. When I was calling all my friends to call Apollo or call Fitzroy and be like, dude, you better have a bug out bag ready in 15 minutes. And they're like, we love you, dude. But, yeah, so, I don't know, literally if you live anywhere near a coast, it's always best to have a plan to get you and your family 20 miles north or than where you are within 15 minutes. I mean, things have been sketchy. There was just a 7.7 earthquake in Ecuador. But I want to remind you that I was mentally screwed up because one night I couldn't sleep. I had a migraine. This was back when I was allowed at the ranch. Um, and then it was the night, it was like 3 a.m., the night that the earthquake hit and the tsunami hit Japan. So I watched those giant tidal waves wash in and destroy cities and kill hundreds of thousands of people. That's one of the reasons I'm now Planetary Defense Commander today. That is some of the, to me, it was like 9/11 times 100. And it's still possible. You know, I get to remind you guys of the good fun stuff of like, did you know that over 1 million people have died in a flood twice on Earth? Happened both times in China. It happened both times when the gas giants were on the same side of the sun. But yeah, dude, our governments don't remind us that we have been so unprepared at times throughout history that we've had millions of people die. And that shit is avoidable. If you weren't trying to squeeze every single dollar out of war, crappy energy, oil, and just crappy media, man. And I grew up in the 90s. We had like Seinfeld and Cheers and In Living Color, and we had like great movies, and comedy was everywhere, and it was like the height of stand-up comedy. That was a good time, man. And then 24-hour news took over, and it's just shitty stories all the time. Shitty stories about shit. Okay, I got to say, I got to calm down, calm down. Okay, so here is our, now we're getting into the black. And these areas are getting pretty, rivers of America. Give me a map, dude. No, I want a map. Yep. I mean, the river system, and another thing I talk about, like, we had a better flooding maps in 1999 than we do now. In 1999, we had like 3D maps that would show you the river's level and how much it's flooding, and they got rid of those. And they gave us the crappy, was it this crappy thing? That crappy thing. They gave us circles for rivers. Like, if you know, like, which do you think represents a river better? A line? That you can have the lines colored, or the circles? You know, it doesn't matter Republican or Democrat. I don't want to get into the corporate owned life insurance now. But yeah, I don't know, dude. As your planetary defense commander, we've got like 1980 tools to work with here. And so right now, 199 rivers flooding, and a lot of them are in major flood stage, and definitely the Mississippi River is one to watch overall. And remember, there are times where they're just going to nerf it. Like anytime this map gets up to 300, they nerf it back down to like 180. Watch, it'll happen this weekend. I will bet you. Bet you a hamburger. Oh, I have a craving for Chinese food. Although Chinese food's always expensive. Like if you're going to order Chinese food, I don't have a car, so it's takeout. But it's usually like $20. But then I'm usually happy and then I sleep. And then you got a bunch of leftovers. Like crab rangoon. Oh my God, dip that in hot sauce. That shit is great. Yeah, anyway, we're watching this river complex with interest. And so a lot of the Ohio River, and those are the areas that I think are, yep. And it's going to stay floody. Where am I at? Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't even know. So yeah, there's your storm. Anyway, I'm going to pull up. What's wrong with the weather climate? Technically, nothing's wrong with it. It's that the sun is changing, the solar system is changing, they're evolving and they're adapting, and so we, as a human race, need to change and evolve and adapt as well. I don't think any of these changes are totally fatal. Like, we're not going to get a super volcano eruption, though there's a 90% chance we will get volcanic eruptions on the West Coast over the next 3 to 6 years. So these are all things that we could adapt to if our literal government system wasn't still stuck in the 1800s. I mean, our whole economy is stuck in the 1800s pretty much. Our way of life is still stuck in the 1800s, where they're selling you car insurance and health insurance, and they're not solving any diseases. They're not curing any diseases. And what is it? The diabetes and the autism rate is up like 45%. But if you look at it, for like every child born with autism, diabetes, that's like $3.5 million to pharmaceutical and medical companies. So the more sick children, quote unquote sick, because I don't think autistic children are sick, but the more children that are born with constant medical supervision are like giant profit boons. I know having every single system be totally based on get as rich as you can is really bad overall in long term planning. That's my opinion. Anyway, okay, so back to the storm. All right, I'm gonna have to clear my mental palate for a second. See how much trouble I can get. I'm gonna light a cigarette. I know I have a gift file that just says women. I want to see what's in it. There's Black Widow from Avengers. There's Hermione from Harry Potter. So I can have a total crush on her because she's not even real, man. There's no way a woman could really be that beautiful and have that type of amazing posture. You know, just, I don't even know. Okay, so now I gotta go back to the weather just so I don't get in trouble. So yeah, it's gonna be a stormy day. Oh, wait, do. Did you guys hear? YouTube, who demonetized me, here's your story of Fire and Ice. Like 6 weeks ago, they demonetized me for no reason. It caused a big hubbub amongst the popular YouTube kids because YouTube came out and told Miranda Sings, I mean, even Philly D was talking about, I like Philly D, by the way. Because he sticks news in among, if he sticks real news in amongst other gossipy crap. You gotta do it, I get it. Okay. It's talking about, so YouTube came out and said, yeah, we can demonetize or ban people now just for the comments left in the comment section. And I was like, that is some like, whoa, dude. You know, like if they were literally, they are just stripping our rights. Well, most people are fighting over the dumbest, like they're still having the same conversation about abortion they were in the 70s. It never moved forward. It never progressed. It never did anything except for get people to donate to their politicians or their Planned Parenthood. But like they're having the same conversation about abortion. Meanwhile, Google, who is basically a monopoly, now they won't allow me to get remonetized because I said that. It's like coming up. They don't even have like a customer service. When I got demonetized, I can't call somebody up and be like, "Hey, dude, why'd you take my job away?" Anyway, point is that so they're like, now we can either ban people or demonetize them based off of comments left in their comment section. And everybody was like, oh my God, that is insane. Why doesn't anybody stop this? And well, because they have all the information. So they can take down Robert Kraft, they can take down anybody, really. And then they have deep fake technology, which is an exclusive to Google, to where they can make anything look like it's, like they can literally make video of anything that looks and sounds just as real as reality. So we're in a real sketchy time. The good news is that really angry hackers that have Asperger's syndrome are in charge of everything. So it makes everything more interesting and cliffhanger-esque. But I have total faith in God and the animals. There's so many animals that are dying. Like, the animal spirits are real. Every single society and civilization has agreed that the animals deserve a place on Earth and are almost always good spirited creatures. So we got so many people dying. I mean, so many animals that are just dying off. And like the witches are like, who cares about the animals? And the gangsters are like, who cares about the animals? And the pirates are like, who cares about the animals? And I'm like, whoa. I mean, it's technically good news for the good team, because to have our animals in our corner, that's great. But there's a lot of animals dying, man. That's why when I do those edited videos and I pull them all, I get really mad and sad, just because there's so much, like, we're just fucking everything up so bad. And everybody's like, I love money. Hey, don't get me wrong, I need to survive. I don't like it, though. And it's definitely not God. Okay, and as I've been talking about, so this is almost like the puppet. This storm is the puppet, and here is your puppeteer. Okay, so yes, the weather is geoengineering the weather. I'll agree with that. This giant looking alien shrimp puppet master is the one controlling this storm, and that the James Bond high system is going to keep out this massive storm from putting the United Kingdom underwater. Okay, I'll allow that today, for sure. Okay, sounds good. There's a big 7 in there. And why did my heart just hurt for a second? I didn't mean to hurt somebody's heart. I'm in a bad mood. Cranky's not even on today because the energy's so bad. But we've been talking about this shit forever, and nobody does anything. It's frustrating. I don't like failing all the time. Like, hey guys, we gotta unite. We don't. I failed. And then I gotta like double down on that failure with just more work. I can't go have fun or go kiss my girlfriend. No, I just gotta go back to damn work. Hey, you guys, we gotta unite before this shit gets too crazy. Like, don't worry about it. We got covered. We're gonna vote in 2 years. We have this shit solved. How big are these storms gonna be 2 years from now? That's like 2 hurricane seasons away. We're gonna hit by 10 more hurricanes for the next election. You know, we got to damn work together. What am I talking about? So yeah, and then you got the California. These storms are coming in, and like I said, the high pressure is like here and here, and so everything's gonna go around that. And then I unofficially started hurricane season. I don't know, like a few days ago, just because. Oh, technically, it was because it was another genius call of mine, by the way. Because I was like, this thing right here. Okay, I've officially declared Asteroid Fight Club season on and legit just because of this storm right here. And that's fair. Like, as your planetary defense commander, if I'm raising alert levels because of this thing right here, that's logical. Because this is, and it's the two, there's like, so you got a storm here that's combining with a storm here to form this storm, which is just the tail of the super monster storm. And the whole thing is, every movie, no matter what the subject is always a better movie when it has comedy in it. Like, for example, Thor #1. I liked parts of it. Like, they got the relationship between Loki and Thor a lot more accurate than felt good, but it was okay. I gave him credit for that, and the Rainbow Bridge was cool. Thor 2, two of my friends were like, hey, dude, we have to watch this together. And I fell asleep both times in like 20 minutes. But they're finally like, I got an idea. Marvel and Disney are like, what if we inject Thor news into the Thor mythology? Let's see what that does. And so they did that, and it was amazing. It was great. I totally loved it. And it was because of that I cried when Loki died in Avengers. And so, yeah, injecting comedy into anything makes the situation better. And so I just wish more people in the world injected comedy into stuff. That's all I'm saying. while I'm telling you about this giant mythological storm. And I'm a Christian. I want to say that. Love Jesus. He's my King of Kings. Forgiveness. And only God could judge. But what would it be like? Like as a screenwriter, like a lot of times I'm funny and good with dialogue. And so it's fun to have a good conversation. Right? And that not everybody's great at conversation these days. So what would it be like to have the actual Jesus Christ with me here talking about the weather? Like he literally can't just talk in small parables of wisdom. He's got to keep talking. So would he make any verbal mistakes ever? I don't know. It's something I ponder. Because Jesus was born a man and walked the earth. And it's always the great discussion about the second coming of Christ, the King of faithful and true. Like, is he going to come from the clouds, or would he be born a man on earth? I bet there's a good chance he'd spend some time in Texas. Okay, so yeah, giant storm. It's super deadly. I would nickname it death from above, but that seems insensitive. And yeah, technically, I believe it was like you took 10 of the 100 unicorns. I'm talking people, the smart, talented, living X-Men like people. And they could move it with their minds and stuff. But we don't do shit like that. And if we do, it's all basically just to make the power structures more money. Which is dumb. But whatever. Keep asking for rock and roll to return. But it's not been given back to us yet. But I can't wait for the movie. Hollywood, like 4 years from now, is going to make a movie about Robert Kraft and Tom Brady. They're going to juxtapose the greatest quarterback of all time, whose wife was super hot, by the way. Because I'm single, and I love women. And I am physically attracted to women, absolutely. And so, before Tom and Giselle got married, oh yeah, she was totally on my crush. Like, she was just spit, She's one of those women that is so gorgeous that just by looking at her, it's like a painkiller. So yeah, you have the greatest quarterback of all time. And then you got one of the most gorgeous women who's strong, smart. And then you have the like older billionaire kind of crusty guy. But the prostitution ring. And then, I don't know. So it's got all the workings for this big Hollywood like the Forrest Gump of crappy men. Although Tom's not crappy. I'm sure the media has something on him though, somewhere. Where like, you stay in line and you sell people carbon tax. Or, we're going to show the public that video from your spring break where you were getting all bisexual in a bathroom. They just want kids to see that. But, what was it? Peyton Manning's dad holds the Guinness Book of Gold medals for having his sons win Super Bowls. And the only person I know of right now that I think has a shot at beating that record is Peyton Manning and his wife Giselle. I think their kids have a shot at having the most Super Bowl rings to beat the Manning kids. And I like Peyton, by the way. I mean, I like them both. I used to love football up until I got a YouTube channel. And then I was like, oh shit. I realized that both the elections and major sports are all rigged. So I didn't watch sports anymore. Okay, so yeah, there's your major system. And you got major cyclones, which are just hurricanes for foreigners. That was a joke. I mean, is foreigner event work? I don't even know. The whole thing is you can make somebody mad if you tell a joke. And some of the I don't know. I'm good at talking, and I'm glad that this is in red, green, and blue. Although if you switch that shit around, it is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Is she alive? Is she dead? Is she a robot? Was she a reptilian? Who knows? But let me speculate it on that subject on Signs the End is Here, part 6452. That storm looks like a candy cane with wyvern wings. Seriously though, Emma Watson is gorgeous. And she's really smart. Remember that speech she gave at the UN? Man, can't wait till the dragon's hold on Hollywood is broken and great movies are made again. Hey, although Avengers was great and Black Panther was super, but which is fine and dandy. But I'd like new stories about characters I've never even heard of before, like The Matrix or Star Wars or even Ghostbusters. Like new shit. Give me some new shit, people. And I want my gosh dang jetpacks. Yeah, as you can see, this is our low that will be pushing northward, and we will be watching as it begins its ascent, and how monstrous this storm will be. It's like a Voltron storm. If you've just joined us, because it's live, so to the 12 people who are with us, we have a storm here, and that put a bunch of snow all over places that don't usually get snow. And it's going to hook up with this snaky thing that has been flooding out all the rivers in the southeast. They're going to combine together to create some super god monster Quetzalcoatl storm. And the American Indians used to talk about this shit too before we wipe them out. Or the Native Americans, I'm sorry. Yep, I know. When the weather starts looking like animals, it's time for us to clean up our act. When the shape's in the sky. And so, yeah, this low system, we're going to watch the wind speeds. Oh, let's go to the wind map. I'm going to hold your hand in my mind. I don't know. I can sense right now there's an attractive woman, a damn prey. She's single. Watching right now. And thank you. What was it talking about? Oh, yeah, wind map. This one. I'm on the astro. Go faster, internet. Damn it. You can do it. Not secure, just like every other. No digital is secure. Look, can you load faster? I'd appreciate it. You can do it. I have faith in you. Don't let me down. 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 I guess a lot of people are referencing this right now. When we play Twitter roulette, you never know what you're going to get. It's Twitter. Most time it's politics. I'm now lighting my cigarette again. It goes out because I won't shut my mouth. But that's part of the job here. Oh crap, did I lose everything? Sometimes when I say the wrong stuff, they just step in and my computer goes to blue screen. Are we there? That's understandable. I bet I've said at least 3 dumb things since I've been on here. Especially if I am running for president. Probably disqualified myself like 6 different ways. That's what honesty is going to do these days. It's going to cause things to be more problematic. Because not much is advertiser friendly. Your advertiser's like, shut the fuck up, buddy. We will give you your opinion. Or we will drum beat you until you change it. Or we'll just take away your bank accounts, PayPal accounts, Patron accounts, YouTube accounts, Twitter accounts. We are corporations. We can do whatever we want to, whenever. And we will keep the people arguing about invisible gods and invisible national lines the whole time. Or we tax the crap out of them and basically give them the least amount of civil services possible. Yeah, 2019 is crazy. I guess Generation X, our parents are mad at us. They're like, we want you to inherit the shittiest future ever. It's like, thanks, guys. You defeated Hitler for this? Oh, did you hear the news? John Wayne was a dick. I don't even know what that came out of. Like, Dude from 50s was racist asshole. I'm like, no way. That's fucking surprising. I thought all athletes and movie stars and rock stars perfect people. Now you tell me they're not. That's nuts. Wait, is the chat even still here? But I mean, you paying? What if you paying goods and services? I don't even know. That's the whole thing. Is I don't. I haven't had sex in 15 months and like 13 days, and it looks like now that the White Queen and Phoenix, two very powerful women on Earth, don't want me to ever get a hug again. I'm never gonna get to have sex again. So like everybody's talking about abortion or prostitute. Like, dude, you're talking about shit that like doesn't really affect me. And I'm still out here as your planetary defense commander. But you're talking about like homosexuality, heterosexuality. Like literally, I've been shoved out of the fucking game. Like I'm never gonna get to kiss a titty again. So like all these conversations are always like sexual undertoned, passive aggressive. So like I know prostitution is legal in Nevada and other places around the world, and that I don't even like yeah, people being forced to work against their will is bad, and that but yeah, I don't even. Talking about sex was way cooler in the 90s. But I used to have it back then. And so now, like, I don't even know. Okay, but what else is in? Oh my God. What if there is an opinion out there that as a man, you end up paying for sex some way. Like, if you're going to have sexual relations, and even if it's in punishment down the line, that you're going to regret it or whatever. So I don't know. It's one of those subjects that, oh, now it's not working. Ooh, that's for Rosario Dawson. What just happened? I don't know. There aren't a whole lot of blondes in here. There's one that's triggered everybody. Holy crap. I love you guys too. Okay, so that does look like a mythological creature. Excellent. Let's go back to the conversation. Erotic entanglement classes. Oh, dude. Does it hurt when your taint gets entanged? I don't even know. It definitely looks like a dragon with pinkly wave feather tails. So are those wings? Oh yeah, so that's its head, and those are its wings. This is wonderful. It's like a goalpost. Yeah, wow. Hey, let's just sing along. See, this conversation would segue way into the wrong areas. Like, yeah, I don't know, but that's why you do all the ancient gang studies on humanity, and the best way to control your population through your rule of law and control of currency situation is through sex, drugs, and pretty much there you can keep anyone contained anywhere, and anyone steps out of line, you just bust them for one of the two. And so, if you want to be the greatest warrior samurai of all time, you have to learn how to control your genitals. It's easy if you don't leave the house. And if you start feeling romantic thoughts, just start popping off. Problem solved. But yeah, this storm is going to be big. The river level is going to be bad. And they expect the energy to be a bit wild. But is hope still alive? Absolutely. I'm alive. You're alive. We're still standing. That much is right with the world. Good people exist. And we need a peaceful renaissance, which would be like a revolution, except without all the violence and all the anger. Because blaming individuals is going to get us nowhere. Blaming groups is going to get us nowhere. The only thing that's going to get us somewhere is us working together. And those nameless, faceless corporations that have all the best ideas locked in a vault so they can sell all the old shit for as much as possible, man, that shit's got to end. You know? That if we're going to make it through this, we're going to make it through this together. No matter the weather. And that if I'm going to build super cities, I'm going to need the best plastics, the best silicates, the best, the like 3D printed vacuum chamber glass stuff. We could build anything. We could do anything. But if you want to just keep that power into the hands of like 62 people, then we probably got rough and tumble days ahead. Because now I can't figure out what's going on. I can't get my internet to refresh. What are you doing, internet? But am I still live? I don't even know. See that? Okay. So I guess I will figure out what's going on with my internet problem, and I will be back. Hope you enjoyed it as much as it was good for you as it was for me. I love you, and I apologize for all my crankiness. But it's a weird day, and I've been warning people about we're going to get to this point for 5 years. We're almost here, and I'm like, oh my God, bad news bears need a miracle, and I need a hug. Love you guys. Stay cool. I still don't have a date for Game of Thrones when it premieres, and that is important to me. So, like I said, it's good news for you. Peace out. Stay cool. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm